I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I apologize to those very few of you in the back row that were here the last meeting, and I neglected to do that. That won't happen again, so I'm sorry to all of you. I will entertain a motion to go into open session.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you.
Ms. Payne.
Yes.
Mrs. Morton.
Yes.
Mr. Easton.
Yes.
Mr. Warfield.
Yes.
Dr. Holland.
Yes.
Mrs. Holland.
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Mrs. Town isn't able to be with us tonight. She had a prior commitment and talked to many of us, though, about the agenda and what her concerns might be. So she wanted me to let you know. Okay, at this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Madam President, Board Policy 200 says upon the request of any board member, an item will be withdrawn from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda for independent consideration. So I request the following items be removed from our consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda for separate discussion and individual action later tonight. Those documents are the superintendent's salary, director salaries, principal and assistant principal salaries, and the non-union flat salaries.
That would be items for B1 and for B1B.
And I don't need a second.
You do not need a second? Okay,
We're replacing it.
we're replacing it, putting it on the agenda later. Okay. Thank you, then I guess we could have a roll call vote on the consent agenda.
You need a motion and a second. I make a motion, we accept the consent agenda as amended.
Thank you. Thank you.
Somebody say-
It was Kim.
Oh, Kim. All right. Dr. Holland.
Yes.
Mr. Warfield.
Yes.
Mrs. Corley.
Yes.
Mr. Easton.
Yes.
Ms. Payne.
Yes.
And Mrs. Holland.
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Thank you very much. At this time, then, we will entertain any public comments.
Marla, aye. Marla.
Yay, look at this group of young ladies. Yeah. Welcome to the board meeting.
Thank you, thank you.
Glad to have you.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Marla Dye, and I currently work at Danville High School, and I am an advisor for the Young Women Empowerment Group, and this is a few of our girls here. So glad they were able to come with us. So we are just going to basically tell some things that we've done throughout the school year. We've been in effect for 2 years, so this will be our third year coming school year. Basically, we do a lot. I'm looking at notes, so we do a lot of community service. That's my main thing that I enjoy doing because I am from Danville, Illinois. So my big thing is giving back to our community and teaching our young ladies that it's always a blessing to be a blessing. So that's what we love to do. A few of our things that we have done. LaBella Nursing Home. One of our young ladies, her mom works there, so we have gone there to help with the elderly. We've done the Kiwanis Pancake Day, Polar Express, Festival of Cheese, Toys in the Hood. Did I miss anything? Any of our community services? Food pantries, yep. And we've actually done some in the summer as well. So we've still been working in the summer, not just during the school year.
Teacher appreciation.
Oh yeah, we did some of the things we do in our school. We do a lot in the school. We did some for our teachers, of course. So we decorated the teachers' lounge, and we had a big old sign with popcorn for them and sticky notes. It was really cute. We do Thankful Thursday. So the girls during their lunch periods, they'll sit in the lunchroom, and we just have little notes where they can write thank you notes to staff members, teachers, friends, and then I'll deliver them to the teachers at the end of the day. So just let our teachers know they are seen. We love them. We appreciate them. We did a U of I visit. Of course, we did for Principals Week because we absolutely love our principals, all of them. So we were able to find out all their favorite drinks. So from Seven Brew, and we got all the principals their favorite drinks. What else? One of our biggest thing that we did, because our group is called Young Women Empowerment, so we did a thing called the Empowerment Box. So it's a big pink cabinet, and we store it in Miss Edwards' office. And basically, it's just different items that girls need throughout, feminine products, hair ties, edge control, ponies, anything girls need, lotions, body sprays, we got it. So if anybody ever wants to donate, we'll take it. Go ahead. I'm gonna let the girls talk a little bit. Come here, come.
Tell us who you are.
Hi, my name is Tariana Wooten. We also have our, what is it called? The Galp House. So we went to Mead Park. We took a visit up there. Mark Demon. Yep, sorry about that. And we were up there with the girls, and we kind of just got a feel of kind of their environment and how they are like growing up and stuff like that. A lot of what they're learning and a lot of things that they're kind of on track to doing. And we gave them a sense of what the high school is like. We answered any questions they had and stuff. And we decorated. What did we do? We did. Yes, we did a pizza party, but we decorated something and stuff. We made videos with the girls. It was like really, really fun. And we're all each assigned a gal pal of our own so that we can kind of bond with them. And so I actually met my girl over the summer again, and we hung out again. So it's really great. And it's a really good bonding experience to get the girls in the older field. So yeah.
And what they did, the gal pals, they basically like pen pals. So they wrote letters back and forth throughout the whole school year. So like once a month they will write letters, and then at the end of the school year they were able to meet them. So they were so excited, and we gave them shirts. So we got a big picture where they all have the same shirts as us as well.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Tiara Harris. So something special to me that we did was, as she already mentioned, my mom works at the LaBella Nursing Home. So we went up there, and during the winter time, we handed out like candy canes and stuff like that to the residents. And yeah, it was a nice bonding experience, and it's good to see my mom and see what she's doing on top of also helping out the community. Yeah.
And another thing I want to add, we also were able to get, because we do fundraising to do different things for, in the community for our teachers, the students, different things like that. And we also were able to give away a $500 scholarship at the end of the school year. So the young lady, she was an honor student. I think she had like a 3.2 maybe GPA, Arija Dye, so she was our recipient. And then my goal for this year is to be able to give away 2, as well as we're looking to try to do a college visit. So we're working on that as well. So that's about it.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wait, but don't go yet. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Anybody have any questions on the board? Questions for these young ladies?
What grades are you guys in?
I'm going into my senior year.
Tell them, come to the mic, tell them your name and your grade.
Oh, my name is Tiara Harris, and I'm going into my senior year of high school.
My name is Maya Cross, and I'm going to be a senior as well.
My name is Paige Norton. I'm going to be a senior as well.
My name is Azariah Jackson, and I'm going to my junior year. My name is China Jefferson, and I'm going into my sophomore year.
And my name is Tariana Wooten. I will also be going into my senior year.
Wonderful.
How many girls total do you guys have?
That was my question.
It's a lot of girls, actually. We probably have a good 40 that are pretty active. Maybe even more than that. And then I've been getting parents reaching out on social media about their incoming freshmen.
I've been seeing you on
So-
social media.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we also do have Young Men Empowerment. We do things with them as well.
So as the school year starts, what kind of recruiting will you do? Will you do any?
Yeah, of course. Well, the girls, and then we'll make flyers and just pass them out and, things. They see us in because I'm in the mornings I'm in the lunchroom, so I'm always walking around talking to everybody. So I just recruit them,
deal.
come on, join our group, and they do.
Well, thank you for all that you do, and you do a lot.
Absolutely.
And you represent Danville High School, and you represent our Danville community very well. Thank you
We
so much.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Do we have any other public comments? Yes, we do.
Good evening, Board. My name is Zetta Peugeot. I am the Director of Food Services. I wanted to come up to give a summary of our summer meal program. We started this program, I came up and talked about it a couple months ago that I had heard about it, and I went through training for it, which was about 3 weeks worth of training. From that, this program was developed. We have 900 families registered. We are serving 2,268 students. We have a total of 762 Danville families that's registered for the program. And then we have families coming from as far west as St. Joseph, as far north as Hoopston, and as far south as Ridge Farm. We've tried to make the families, especially the children, feel welcome each week. We have uniforms designed by our area supervisor, Janelle. So they have on some. Here's another one. Each week we try to present a different thing, all of it with the same, with our mission. Our mission is to feed the children. So every shirt, I'm sorry, has our mission on it. We have given out, we gave out cupcakes the first week of the program for the birth of the program. Then we had a carnival theme where we served popcorn, and another week we did magical bubbles. Each week we provided menus to the adults so that they can follow the 7-day meal program. The meals have included fresh fruit and vegetables and many brand name items. Many of them are new to the district this year. We have held registration for over 8 weeks from the food service office. We've gone out to Vermilion Gardens and to Fair Oaks for registration. We did on-site registration at the actual distribution sites each week. We participated in a health fair registration, the district registration, and 3 weeks of registering at the high school after school before school let out. We promoted on the website and social media. As of our last distribution yesterday, we have served 7,494 students, 7 days of meals, which total 52,458 meals. Last year, we served a total for the summer of 2,300. So a little improvement. We still have 2 weeks to go. We worked with community organizations such as the YMCA, the Boys and Girls Club, and Project Success. They provide meals during the week at their programs. We then gave weekend bags that some were 3 days, some were 2. Those meals totaled another 2,400 meals. I just wanted to thank a few people who have worked really hard to make this program work. So I heard about it again from a state consultant, Trina Regan, who about 2 years ago, I saw a sign and it said we can provide meals to children for the summer at home instead of them having to come to the buildings. We tried that, it wasn't working. She worked with me for 2 days trying to get District 118 established. They couldn't because we were not considered a rural area, so we couldn't do it. She called me in February excited and said, I don't know what changed, but it's changed. We can do this program in Danville if you want. We're 4 months into training, but if you're up for it, Zetta, we can do it. I told her I was up for it with the help of the Mount Vernon Food Service Director, Sarah Cluck. I had spent 6 weeks with her training me. Mr. Hart allowed me to go down twice to actually see their program, to learn from it. So thank you to Sarah and to Trina. American Legion, I stopped by there one day and I had never been in that building. Oh, yes, I had, for bingo with Miss Tina once. I forgot. I'd gone into a different door, introduced myself, and said, I have this vision. If you allow us to use your parking lot, I believe we can keep down the traffic that's coming from the program that we have. Will you allow me to use your parking lot? He said, absolutely. I just have a couple of things, one of which I need you out by 5 because we have a lot of baseball games, so we need the field, the parking lot for the patrons. We were able to accommodate that, so thank you to American Legion. The Buildings and Grounds team, under Mr. Tyler, the warehouse and the maintenance team has helped us set up every week. The warehouse team has helped us actually distribute the food at every site, Northridge, Vermilion Gardens, as well as Fair Oaks. And then they've helped deliver food back and forth to us at Northridge so that we can pack the 1,700 bags that we pack weekly. So in addition to that, I wanted to acknowledge an organization, the Three Kings. The Three Kings, Mr. Tyler suggested, because they have a lot going on with moving things all over the district, the Three Kings organization, which I personally didn't have much information on, but I called Mr. Butler and said, this is what I'm trying to do. I could really use some support. They have shown up every week on time, stayed all the way till the end. They have lightened the load for me, so thank you, Three Kings. I appreciate it. They have done customer service with a smile. Every time a car goes by, they're waving and the people are excited, and it's because of them as well as my team. But thank you for everything that you all have done, Reverend. Food service team. My food service staff, which includes my office staff, Jamie, Nora, and Karen, who's out for the month of June, but somehow has been available to help me get the food ordered that I needed, as well as my 2 area supervisor, Ms. Linda, Ms. Janelle, and I've had 4 kitchen managers, of which Ms. Tina's here, and then some assistant managers, as well as 10 to 12 kitchen helpers, which some of them are here. When I told them I was coming up to talk about the program, they wanted to join me, and I appreciate you all coming out. They have worked hard. Social media has been extremely kind to us outside of the first week. We had a learning curve. We got past that first morning delivery, and after that, everything has been positive according to the staff. I'm not a social media person. From the families, the food that they've received, the fact of how the lines, for the most part, they're in and through a line within all of maybe 30 minutes. The Legion parking lot starts off with as many as 150 cars at 9 o'clock, and by 9:30, 9:45, the parking lot is empty, and we keep it that way. And then we come back again at 2:30, and I say we, but it is not me. It is the team here that's done it, continuing to register and then serve the people, all because we understand what we do, which is take care of the children. So I wanted to share it with you because I think we've done something really special. We gave up, and we talked about vacation. Summer school year's ending, vacation. We knew going into this, doing this, that we would lose vacation, and we were up for it. And I was glad to give up my time when those students come by in the car and they receive the box and they smile and they say thank you and they get their bubbles and the popcorn. I got a lot of calls about the popcorn. So the popcorn came from GFS. Gordon's is where that popcorn came from. But I just wanted to tell you all about it and let you know that food service has represented District 118 very well, in my opinion.
Ms. Zetta, would you please, for the public's and my benefit, introduce your team?
I sure will. So, can I start with, because you're a part of my team, Reverend McCullough. This is Reverend McCullough from Three Kings.
Welcome.
Miss Tina Jones from kitchen manager at
Thank you.
DHS. My secretary, Miss Jamie Schultz. Stand up, Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
Miss Betsy Perez, a kitchen manager at Mead Park. Jennifer Lappin, finally known as J-Lo. Been in the district how long, J-Lo?
10 years.
10 years. Miss Nora is actually a consultant, but she's with me, and she does just as much as the rest of us, and she backs me with the state information. I couldn't do what I need to do without Nora, so thank you. Miss Janelle Clark, who is the area supervisor. This is Miss Whitney Peugeot, same name. My daughter who just joined me for the summer after graduating college, and that's just my husband here to support me. So that's Mr. Marvin.
Just your husband. Well, thank you, team. Thank you, Ms. Zetta. One more question. The program is funded for the public's information. How?
Through the federal grant, USDA provides the funding for this program, and then it's administered through the state of Illinois.
Thank you very much.
You're
And
welcome.
I'm sure there are many families who've benefited from your hard work this summer. So we thank you. We thank the family members. You've given up some time and you just look like you just jumped right in to help. So thank you. Reverend, thank you for your help. I know what you are waving out at the public. Seen it. So thank you very much.
Good evening, Mary Ellen Button, Director of Curriculum and Instruction, and I have an invitation and a shout out, and I'm going to start with the shout out. So there's been a lot going on this year, and I just wanted to make sure that a few really, that we send, the curriculum office, send our appreciation to them. And it's the warehouse, buildings and grounds, Matt, Randy, Tyler, they've been so helpful to us and so amazing. So another shout out to you guys after food service. They've moved mountains this year and it's been incredible. I would also like to make sure that everybody is aware how hard Mr. Roskovinsky has worked too. He single-handedly took a K through 4 library, condensed it down to one that's appropriate for pre-K and K, and has all the books that we took out of there ready to go to other buildings in the district. And he did that, like, it was amazing what he did. And then I never really say too much about my office but they've been incredible this summer, between summer school, between the move, between Brian Klett he's switched all the music stuff already, so everybody has what they need. I just checked boxes today at the warehouse and we got the new stuff for kindergarten, like that really will help with them with music. Mr. Basie's helped us with PE, we got them going, so it just was a group effort and it got done really quickly. So, but I can't thank my office enough too. They're pretty amazing, and a lot of them don't work over the summer, but they've been around. And then I have an invitation to invite you to our new teacher orientation. It will be August 6th at the Jackson Building from 8:30 to 10:30. We have invitations and a message for you that, like, we wanted to do the big announcement, and then you're going to hear more about it tonight, right? When we're done, they're going to get you're going to hear about it soon. So we have an invitation for you.
Okay.
So that's it. I think I'm next. No? I got it. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Button. We appreciate all that you do. Okay, any other, oh, we do, okay.
We're gonna tag team this one. Good evening, Board, Mr. Hart. I'm Markeisha Parker, Associate Superintendent. And I'm Lakeisha Robinson, your Board Secretary and District Registrar. So we're here to just make a public announcement about all things registration. So I am going to start by just announcing that Darren Hightower's D2K event will be Saturday, August 1st. It's the 6th annual 200 free haircuts that he's put on the last 6 years. Lots of people will be there supporting families on that day. District 118 will be there as well. We'll have tables there and helping people who still need to register. That event is from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Boys and Girls Club. We attended for the first time last year, and we really enjoyed it. Ms. Robinson?
So we do have some important dates to announce in regards to registration. Registration will close down on Sunday, August the 2nd. So we do need everybody to get their students registered. It won't reopen again until August the 13th because we do need to prepare for transportation and scheduling classes. If you want to ensure that your children get registration or get transportation, then they will need to be registered by Friday, July 31st. So transportation needs to be completed, or registration needs to be completed by July 31st for transportation. And our new students, anybody who is a new student to the district, we have to have all of the required documents in order to complete registration. So if your registration is still pending, it is because the required documents have not been received. We need your child's birth certificate, parent ID, and proof of residency, and all our requirements are listed on the website, danville118.org. We do have 2,736 registrations currently submitted or approved already. So we still have a little ways to go, but we still have a little time, and we are encouraging everyone to register as soon as possible because we want everybody to start on the first day of school, August 13th, right?
Where do they go to register?
danville118.org.
Okay.
Yep.
And we've been
And we
pushing that
do
on our
have-
social media. We've been sending out Parent Connect emails reminding people to register. And we do have one more pop-up if you want to talk about that, Ms.
Yeah, we have one more registration that'll be here at the Fields Building on July the 22nd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we do have staff here to help to get parents registered. So if you need a little assistance in person, July 31st or July 22nd, sorry. It'll be, that's a Thursday, right? I believe. Thursday, July 22nd. What day is it, y'all?
The
22nd will be a Wednesday.
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
sorry. We'll go wrong. So Wednesday, July 22nd, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Next Wednesday. We got it.
Yeah, then we can help you with registration. It's been a long day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please get your kiddos registered. Those of you that are watching, encourage your friends and family, get them registered. It makes it so much easier for transportation, for class rosters, for so many things. We don't want your kiddo to miss 1 minute of education this year. So please, please get them registered. Thank you very much. And that's it. Moving along, item 6, approval of the treasurer's report. I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you.
Mr. Easton?
Yes.
Dr. Holland?
Yes.
Mrs. Corley?
Yes.
Ms. Payne?
Yes.
Ms. Payne isn't here. Mr. Warfield?
I abstain.
And Ms. Holland?
Yes, motion carries 5 with 1 abstention. Thank you. Item 7, 2627, LUDA, which is Large Unit District Association.
Awesome.
Thank you. District membership, of which we belong, our administrators go to their meetings, helps us understand what other people around us are doing, what we're doing that's better, right?
Right.
Mr. Hart?
And their political advocacy as well, lots of professional development. So I would recommend your approval at a cost of $6,000 annually.
Okay. And we've budgeted for that, as we usually do?
We have.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Thank you. Second? I'll second. I can I?
You can.
Okay. Thank you. Roll call vote.
Mrs. Horton,
Yes.
Mr. Easton,
Yes.
Mr. Warfield,
Yes.
Dr. Howard,
Yes.
Ms. Payne,
Yes.
Mrs. Howard.
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Thank you very much. Curriculum, where'd she go? Oh, there she is. She's back.
Good evening again. I have two informational items to share with you. The first one is a MATS, our Motivating Academically Talented Students program, and we've made a slight change because we couldn't keep the program at Mark Denman with the change that's going on. So we thought long and hard, and we've moved the program to Edison. They're a good fit there. The nice thing about them being at Edison is that they're on the same calendar. So a lot of our kids in the MATS program have brothers and sisters that are in other elementary buildings or other buildings in the district. And so they're on the same calendar. It's centrally located, which many of our buildings are, but it's in a good location. And they had room for our smaller program. So that was why we moved them over there. And then because of the situation that we have with teaching, we've reduced, we used to have 3 teachers that taught elementary, then we went to 2, and now we're down to 1. And it's just time to make a decision about how we want to move forward with the program. So we have 2 ideas that we've been discussing. The first one is something called cluster grouping, and this is where the students, so if you're a 4th grade math student, all the 4th grade math students would be in the same class, taught by a teacher that understands gifted, but then the rest of the class would be filled with students that are in 4th grade. And we could do the same with 3rd. The other situation or other idea that we've discussed is going to a pull-out program. So all the students get to stay at their home schools, because we do have a lot of students that don't want to come into the program because they don't want to leave their home schools. And I experienced that as a parent. So I have it from both sides. And what we would be able to do is use retired teachers, somebody to come in, and we would have a specific program with curriculum where they would come into the buildings and service the students that qualified for the program. So we could even change the requirements of who qualified for that too, and serve some more students that way, which is what most schools in the state do. So we talked today about convening a committee to kind of discuss these things, and that's where we are. So if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
I think we need to learn more after the committee convenes. Can I serve on your committee?
I think that is a Mr. Hart question, but I'll take anybody.
I think we'll have 2 board members.
Okay.
Yeah.
Technically, the president assigns the committees according to our
Assign
board
yourself.
policy.
Can I assign myself,
You
Mr.
can.
Easton?
You
Thank you.
certainly
I'll assign
can.
myself. And there's room for one other board member on the committee?
And I know Tony's interested as well.
Tony is
if
interested?
nobody is.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
Thank you very much. I think there's so much, and there's so much history with the MATS program that it's just a whole lot for us to digest.
I feel pretty confident about the direction those 2 ideas. We've been thinking about them for a long time, and it's modeled after how we serve other special populations in our district. And so that makes me feel good too, because those are tried and true methods, and they work really well for our kids. So either option will be able to support our students.
Thank you. I know we exert a lot of energy and interest in our special ed programs, and that's the other end of the spectrum, really. But our MATS students need as much attention as the other end of the spectrum, and I want to guarantee that we offer that.
Yeah, and we do. We're
And for the most part, if I'm correct, we're identifying more children that are dual needs. So we have kids that get service in special education and in the MATS program. So that's been quite the change in probably the last 4 to 5 years anyway.
right. Well, and the other thing too is as we move
Twice
to honors,
exceptional, right?
Yeah, well, and as we move to honors from Southview on up, we were able to serve more students because it wasn't specific to right now to get into the MATS program. You have to show ability in multiple subjects. And in our honors program, it's specific to that subject, so we're able to get a lot more students involved. So looking at a program where there's something in each building, or we can cluster group, really would benefit a lot of students. We have a lot of students with talent that just needs to be mined a little bit, so.
I saw Mr. Pence come in and I got distracted for a moment. What was I gonna say? It'll come back. Anybody
Okay.
else?
I just wondered. I just wondered, if I remember right, I saw research about this at one of our school board conventions that said when you put, students who are higher on one end of the spectrum together with students who are maybe in the middle or even lower, that you actually bring up the
One
whole
of the-
class.
One of the
Yeah.
most effective interventions that you can do, or a strategy that you can do in a classroom, is when you sort students by how many words they read per minute, and you pair them up, like you divide the class and pair them up, and then let them tackle things together, and everybody gets elevated in that situation. So anybody that's really strong gets stronger, and anybody that you've got a peer model that's demonstrating a different skill, and it pulls those students up. And we worked really hard on that at Northridge this year, and we saw some really good results of that, where the teachers really dug in and used it. So it's while it wouldn't be exactly similar to that, it does provide a lot of opportunities for everybody to benefit.
And do you anticipate then some of our math students would be potentially good in-classroom tutors with some of the students in math? Or is that, like, would they be
I
able to?
think that considering
Some
them
more
a
group
tutor I think a peer model is a better opportunity. And I think we have students, whether they're in maths or not, that are great peer models for all different situations. And so I think when we consider them tutors, I don't know that we want to create an environment where our students, unless it's a specific program like at the high school, where students sign up to be tutors, you want them to feel comfortable with that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, but definitely having all different kinds of models, behavior models, students that are good with math that are models, students that can think through things really well. Just mining all those talents in all of our students is pretty important.
So it doesn't bring down the high-functioning student to be in a cluster?
Absolutely not. If
Okay.
anything, it benefits them, and
Okay.
plus they get the social aspect of being with lots of other students that are dissimilar to them or similar to them.
Okay.
So,
And I remembered what I wanted to ask. A while ago, we commissioned a study with consultants from Northwestern. How much of that information are we using in this plan?
still very much so.
Okay.
That was great. I mean, that was an incredible experience for us. We learned a lot from it. They're the ones that encouraged us to go to an honors program. So we're using a lot of those things still today,
Okay.
and we've seen benefits from what we've done. So I can't imagine that it would be. I think it would behoove us to continue to follow that information that they provided to us.
Do we need a follow-up from those consultants by any chance as we move forward with
I
this?
don't know that. I can certainly look into that. I'm not sure that they do that work anymore, because I know it was a grant at that time. I
Right.
think that program was a grant, but they still do a lot with gifted at Northwestern. So it's something we could certainly look into.
Okay,
It just will likely cost money.
okay, we'll see about that. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Moving on to summer school
Yes, so
review.
this is quick, just a summer school recap. So we finished the school year and now we finished summer school. So in that time, at DHS, there were over 50 students that participated either in credit recovery or gaining credits to kind of get ahead. And though 50 students gained credits by participating in DHS summer school. At KDBA, this is so impressive, 13 kids earned 48 credits. They didn't start from the beginning. They had credits that they were working on left over from the school year, so they completed 48 credits, 13 students did, so that was huge. At Northridge, we've been really kind of slowly changing that program, and this year it was exactly like credit recovery at the high school, so they went longer than our K through 6 students, and they were given the opportunity to use Edgenuity to make up, like if they struggled in a class or failed in a class, then they were able to take that class on Edgenuity, and they had an appropriate length of time to do that. And 55 of the 86 students that were originally signed up, ended up passing classes to be able to move on. And some of the students of those 86, there was a handful that just, no matter what we did, we couldn't get them to come. And the rest, there were some struggles, but we're hopeful that we can get them caught up at some point. At the elementary, we had our highest number is 143 students. There were a lot more that were invited, but 143 students came. By the end, we were really down to 120. So after 4 weeks, it kind of, like every week you'd lose about 10 students is what would happen. And they worked on interventions. The teachers are incredible. Ms. Parker got to see them in action, and like all of our summer school programs are incredible. They worked on foundations, a summer version of foundations, which is our phonics, phonemic awareness. They did geodes. Same Mead Park did the same thing, and they did, because they have Illinois Empower, they were able to do a little bit different things, and so they started with interventions, but they also got to do some enrichment activities with the students as well. So overall, it was a successful summer. So, thank you.
Thank you for your hard work. Any questions for Ms. Bunny?
I forgot about that part, sorry.
There are none.
I just had a question. Do you think next year you'll do the same approach to summer school, or are you thinking about different?
We've, every year, I guess I'm somebody that really looks at and processes, evaluates kind of how we're doing and try to make it better every year. So I'd like to think that we'll keep trying to make it better, but I feel like we're really kind of hitting a sweet spot with what we're doing. Our teachers really like, the ones that participate in summer school really like doing it. And I think that the change with Northridge was huge. DHS and KDBA have always kind of been successful, but they've, KDBA like kind of reworked their system, and I think it sounds like, from what I'm hearing and everybody that I've talked to, everybody was pretty happy with how things went and felt like it was really beneficial for students.
You think it's the right number of days?
Yes, because we start to lose kids. Ideally, we would be in school all year long. This is somebody
you
that
had your
doesn't.
way?
This is somebody that doesn't have to do this much longer, so that's
Got it.
easy for me to stand up here and say. But like it, honestly, I do believe too. It's good for kids to have a break. It's good for teachers to have a break. It benefits everybody. So.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to number 9, educational support would be Mr. Chris Rice.
Good evening, Board. Mr. Hart, Chris Rice, Director of Early Learning, and I have 2 proposals for your consideration this evening. Our first one is a contract proposal between Southview Elementary School and Urban Learning Leadership Center, ULLC, to serve as Southview's learning partner. This agreement would provide leadership, training, coaching, targeted professional development for the 26-27 school year, as required by the Illinois State Board of Education for comprehensive schools and designation. The cost for the fiscal year 27 would be $47,735 and would be paid for utilizing Southview's Empower funds with our school improvement grant. Just a reminder, so ULLC worked with Southview this year. You guys approved that for the 25-26 school year. It was really successful. A lot of good things with Southview, the staff, the administration, but really strong about it. Would like to continue with them as their learning partner next year.
This requires a motion.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Hearing none?
Mr. Easton,
Yes.
Ms. Chang,
Yes.
Dr. Holland,
Yes.
Mr. Warfield,
Yes.
Mrs. Corley,
Yes.
Mrs. Holland.
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Thank you.
Thank you. As I said, we've had a lot of success with ULLC. They've been currently working with Liberty Elementary School and Southview. We would also like to propose a contract agreement between Northridge Middle School and ULLC. Also for the 26-27 school year, program will be designed the same way with leadership training and coaching, As it's paid for with our Illinois Empower funds, the cost for Northridge to participate and partner with them as a learning partner would be $30,000 for the 26-27 school year, also paid for with the Northridge's Illinois Empower grant funds.
Have they done it at Northridge?
This will be the first year. at
This is the
Northridge.
first one, okay. Okay, I'll have a motion, please.
So moved.
Second. Thank you. Questions?
The on-site training for this one specifically, when does it happen front loaded? Is it like at the beginning of the year, or do they come multiple times?
Yeah, they will. So they've already finished, like with Liberty, when you guys approved that contract, they did some summer work. Northridge is getting a little later start, so I was just on a communication with Nancy Sweat, who provides the professional development. We're looking at, if it was approved tonight, late September, kind of get the year settled, and they would come in first with some virtual visits, then they'll come in and work with staff, and then start to provide the coaching.
Thank you.
Who are the participants? This is teachers?
This would be, they work with administration, but also with the leadership team. They work with staff. They work with different pockets of staff members based on what it is that they're focused on at the time. But pretty much everybody in the building will participate.
And I can actually speak to Southview. So some of the reports that they provided by doing walkthroughs at Southview with level of questioning, the number of questions, it was just fantastic. And then they
Great
did
data.
professional development, and then the administrative team from Southview, that's also what they looked at in their walkthrough. So everybody was kind of on the same page with questioning. And actually, by looking at those results is how like Liberty picked them up. So I mean, we really gained a lot of information, and you know, I'm not always a consultant type person, but I was very impressed with them.
Any other concerns? Roll call vote.
Dr. Holland?
Yes.
Mr. Easton?
Yes.
Ms. May?
Yes.
Mr. Warfield?
Yes.
Mrs. Corley?
Yes.
Mrs. Howard?
Yes, motion carries 6-0.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Rice. Special education. All these contracts. Again. Ms. Nixon.
Good evening. Lindsay Nixon, Assistant Director of Special Education. I will be doing all 5 items this evening, so just one second to get myself organized here. Okay, so I come to you first with the recommendation to enter into a contract with Select Savvy for a virtual physical therapist to provide the physical therapy initial evaluations, reevaluations, writing IEP paperwork, attending IEP meetings, and then supervising our physical therapy assistant that we do employ with the district. And this would be 15 hours per week at the rate of $91.67. This virtual physical therapist we have been using for, I think we're at the past 3 years now. And she is licensed in the state of Illinois and obviously very familiar with working with our district and our PTA as well.
We need a motion before we can have a discussion.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Okay. We are obligated by law to provide physical therapy to our students in need.
Correct.
That's correct.
Special education students per the IEP.
And we have tried to hire a physical therapist, correct?
Since Sherry House?
Yes.
Since Mrs. House, and have not been able to do so.
Correct.
I just want to be sure the public knows that.
Yes.
Any other thoughts?
The person who's on site is taking direction from this licensed person to help assist
Correct.
with the tools they see them sort of mimicking or describing.
Yes, yes, modeling. I mean, they do like video, FaceTime, Microsoft Teams meetings. She participates in the meetings virtually as well. And during the therapy sessions when needed.
And the law doesn't make it non-compliant if we're virtual, even though a regular person like me might really question how physical therapy can be done through a computer. Correct? The law says it can happen that way.
Correct, it can.
Yeah.
Our PTA is the one that does a lot, that does a lot of the actual modeling and working, one-on-one with the kid or in they go into the classrooms too together, like the self-contained special education classrooms our PTA goes into as well.
So the way you describe it to me, as a layperson here on this subject, you're really giving supervision to the person who's on the ground.
Correct.
Yeah, thank you.
And we have one person on the ground.
Correct.
Can one person keep up with the caseload?
Yes, we're at max 15 students. So we're
Have
good there.
others who need it?
No, it's all based on the
We're
IEP
good.
and the evaluation, so we're
Okay.
good, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Is the physical therapist, what do you call it, associate, the
PTA.
helper? The PTA.
Oh,
Physical therapist
the,
assistant.
the
Assistant.
physical therapy assistant, yes.
So the assistant, is that a certified position also?
It's a non-cert for us in terms of education.
How does somebody get to do that job?
They go to school for
That's what I
the-
mean. That's
Okay,
what
yes.
I mean. That's exactly
Like,
what I'm
this is
asking.
a
They go
fun
to school,
question.
they have a degree, they have. so
Yes,
they're
I
de-
mean, they have a degree, correct.
They're not like a teaching assistant, just go in
Right,
and
like a
say-
paraprofessional, no,
Okay.
no. They have a
Is that what you're getting
licensed
at?
degree
That's what
in
you're
a
looking for,
PTA,
they're
yes.
They're licensed,
In their field.
Yes.
In their field.
okay.
So I couldn't do it. It's a license field.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, thanks. Roll call vote.
Mr. Warfield?
Yes.
Ms. Payne?
Yes.
Mrs. Corbin?
Yes.
Dr. Holland?
Yes.
Mr. Easton?
Yes.
Mrs. Holler?
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Moving right along to the virtual school psychologist, same rules, same idea?
Same idea for sure, but this is a contract with a different company, Soliant Health, and it's for a virtual school psychologist. It is full-time, so it's the same, the 36.25 hours per week, at the rate of $105 an hour, and their time is also going to be spent doing the school psychology role of completing the evaluations, helping with writing evaluation IP paperwork, attending the IP meetings, manifestation meetings, all of that goes with that role of a school psychologist.
I'll entertain a motion. Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you.
Question.
Oh, go ahead, Ms. Payne. Go ahead.
Why is it so hard to hire a school psychologist?
Well, it's twofold. First, they don't allow too many people in the program. So, like when I went to school, there were 12 people in my school psychology program. So just the college in general doesn't allow a lot of people. They keep a pretty small cohort with that. And honestly, since COVID, so many of them have gone virtually that they seem to prefer that. And so that makes it a little bit harder in terms of hiring someone in person, of course.
They can make more money with these.
Yeah.
Well, without
Mhm.
benefits, that's
Without-
right.
yeah.
So that's important to take, yeah.
For the, if you don't
Yeah.
want to be in tier 2 or 3 or whatever tier we're at now with TRS and you want to do your own retirement, that might be more beneficial.
Right.
So there's interaction between the student and the school psychologist?
Yes, if there's assessments that need to be completed,
Well,
yes,
they'll
it's,
do that, and that's virtual.
yes.
And is there somebody on hand, on site that also enables that? Or is it just the two of them?
No, we also have like a paraprofessional that partakes in that session with the student.
And then the documentation of that session comes from the psychologist?
Yes, the school psychologist, yes.
Thank you.
That's the legal part where they have to put their information into the IEP.
Did you say how long we've been using this one?
The school psychologist here with this contract company, this will be their first time with Danville.
So my question then is, how does this person's work get reviewed when it's virtual?
We go through the interview process.
No, I mean, like, how do you
With the
know they're doing a
contract
good job?
Evaluation.
How do you know they're doing a good job?
Like, once we hire them,
Mhm.
then I'm usually part of the conversations and I can observe if I want to, go into the meetings.
Mrs. Nixon, you're a school psychologist, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Do you-
I'm
you
aware.
interact?
I'm aware that she's a school psychologist. I just wondered, it's there's a lot. It seems like there's a lot of virtual things happening.
Yeah.
How in the world could you evaluate whether or not someone wasn't just kicking their feet up and just charging us money?
I mean, we ask for their schedule, like what their weekly schedule looks like, when they're testing, when they're doing paperwork, when they're consulting with teachers, other staff members, social workers. We try to keep tabs on it that way.
Thank
And then
you.
they submit a log every week when we go to approve to pay them, and it kind of lists what their duties were for that week for those hours.
Do you
Thank-
interact with Solient Health in this case?
Yes, if there are any issues
Yes.
or concerns.
Do
Mhm.
they do an evaluation of their employee?
I would assume so, but I
they
don't know
don't
that
share
for
that
sure.
with you?
No. Mm-mm.
But maybe would if you asked if there
Mhm.
was a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I just, you already know the reason I'm asking, and I did know you were a school psychologist, yes.
Apparently that's important. I also do evaluations during the school year.
Yeah.
For outside placements for children.
I know that professionals, we give them a lot of freedom, but, when it's our students in the room and it's our local tax dollars, and this is probably not a local person, I just think it's really important someone's keeping an eye on things, that's all.
Yeah,
And so you heard
absolutely.
me say it, and I'm sure it'll be on your mind, not
Our
just because
special
of me.
education coordinator too also helps keeping, because helps with that particular school that this psych will be in too. So that'll be 2 eyes on him. It'd be great if the governor put something in place that no virtual people in schools. But
We'd be in big trouble, but yes.
Yeah, we could.
just saying. Then they have to come maybe in person.
I have a question for you. So this is going to be the first contract with Solient Health. Who were we with last year that did the virtual, and why are we not in
No,
that
it's
same
with the same company. It's a different school psychologist than
Oh,
who we
okay.
had last year.
Thank you for clarifying.
Mhm. Sorry.
No worries.
Any other questions? Roll call vote. Thank you.
Ms. Payne? Yes.
Mrs. Corley?
Yes.
Mr. Easton?
Yes.
Mr. Warfield?
Yes.
Dr. Fowler?
Yes.
Mr. Fowler?
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Thank you. Moving along to Dr. Mahone, child and adolescent psychiatrist recommendation.
Okay, so I'm recommending that we enter into or continue our partnership with Dr. Mahone, our child and adolescent psychiatrist. We've been utilizing her services since 2018, actually, where we kind of work through making referrals to her. Our school staff does, some of our local pediatricians do that as well. Then it's filtered through the special education department where I gather the information, get the consents, share that with Dr. Mahone, review some of that with her, set the appointments, work with the parents with the appointment time, making sure they attend, sending them reminders, all those important things. And we have been doing this anywhere from 1 to 2 Saturdays and sometimes some Sundays, depending on scheduling, a month at the hourly rate for her at $350. And to this date, if you're curious knowing, she has seen about 375 students. Some of them are a one-time kind of situation where it's maybe a question about a diagnosis or something like that. I would say half or more are follow-ups. She sees quite a few of them kind of routinely. Sometimes it's every month, sometimes it's every 6 months. It just kind of depends on the need of the student. So I'm recommending that we continue this service with Dr. Mahone for our students.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Thank you. Second? Thank you.
I have a question. When she comes down, I'm assuming she's from the Chicago area.
She is, and a lot of
Okay,
our
so
appointments are
we-
virtual at this
In
point.
addition to paying her $350 hourly rate, do we take care of her housing, or does she just come for the day and go back home, or does she stay?
In the
over?
past, it has been a mixture of both of those. Pretty much this entire past school year, she has seen all of our students and their parents, like their families, virtually. So we haven't done that in at least the last, year and a half, maybe?
So she hasn't been physically in Danville?
Correct.
Okay. Who is her assistant this year?
Me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Are you getting paid extra for that?
Yeah.
Okay,
A little
good.
bit of a timesheet, yes.
Okay.
That
Good.
was a question from this board in previous iterations of this agreement, if I remember
Correct.
correctly, Mrs. Holloran?
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, I
I-
kind of picked up on that, I think, in the last couple years, so I worked with her a little bit about what are some of the things that I could take on so that it could just be a two-man show and not a three-man show, so. And I think we've worked out all the kinks and we're good.
Good.
Thank you
We-
for doing that. As someone who works and helps to find referrals for staff where I work for psychiatric services, I think the board already knows, one of them being an MD next to me. We actually don't have a lot of psychiatric services available in Vermilion County or Champaign County. So I don't like virtual. You already knew that. I would say that. But for those who need psychiatry, which is of course very different than psychology, psychologist, I'm going to vote yes.
I appreciated hearing numbers and follow-up. As per the discussion in the other virtual therapists, what kind of evaluative tool do we have? Does she submit timesheets regularly? How do we know? How do we follow up with her?
I don't do an evaluation on her, if that's what you mean, but she does submit a timesheet after each Saturday or Sunday that she works. And she emails it to me, and then I send it on to accounts payable and Mr. Pence.
Okay. In the past, there was some concern about how she was paid, meaning that we were made aware that she was overnighted a check at the end of her services. Are we still doing that?
No.
Thank you. Okay, so how does, it's following the traditional,
Yes.
she submits her hours, Mr. Pence in his business office takes care of the payment.
Yeah.
You're still overnighting the check? You are.
Oh,
Could could someone tell me why that is?
I think
Well, I'm-
Ms. Shantos would have a different opinion. Remember, we all had an email and.
We had a conversation about that, yes, and
So I
it was
didn't think
supposed
we
to
were
be
doing that.
changed, so
Uh-huh.
not sure what happened.
We'll look into it, right,
Yeah,
Mr.
we can
Pence?
follow.
I just want you to know that I'm opposed to the overnight check.
I don't
I'm
think
in-
she's getting it because she.
About $35.
$35 a pop, and there's no other employee, virtual or otherwise.
And if
That works that way.
Dr. Mahome is watching, it's not her. It's the
Exactly.
It's the fiscal hitting us in the face $350 an hour rate, which is the rate. If you were paying out of pocket, it would probably be more than that for a psychiatrist. It's a lot of money. I do see it looks like 42,000 to 84,000 is what you expect.
Yes, depending on if it's one or two.
And
Saturdays a month.
do you know offhand how we pay her? What fund?
Out of district funds,
Just general fund.
yes.
Yes.
She's district fund.
It's not a grant anywhere?
It is not.
No.
Maybe the governor can help us with that.
Maybe. Yes, and I'd like to express on behalf of the board, we know what limited services we have in Danville for our youth, for psychiatry. And we appreciate what Dr. Mahomes has done for us and that she continues to do it. I would want her to know that we very much appreciate what she has done and will continue to do.
I'll let her know that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Is her role mostly evaluative, or does she do treatment?
Mostly evaluative, and then she'll talk with the local pediatricians if she has recommendations for medication.
So she does not prescribe?
Correct, she does not prescribe to our students with this agreement.
And does she have ongoing relationships with students?
Yes, some of them.
I'll see you in a month
Yes,
and
yes.
talk this over.
Mhm. Correct, so I
So they
take care
might-
of that end of like the follow-ups and she
So
lets
of the
me know.
number of people that you reported, is that individuals or is that sessions?
individuals.
And so how many sessions would there be? You said 350? Wasn't that a number?
375
Individuals.
students.
Yes.
However many, those are individuals. How many sessions would it be in those 350? And do they
Oh,
see,
gosh.
they see her 2 or 3
Mhm.
times? They see
I have
her
to
every
math that out
month?
since we've been doing, well, like, that number since 2018.
Oh, okay.
So.
The
at
three
least
hundred
be in
and fifty
the
number is from
thousands.
two thousand eighteen
That's how,
when she
yes,
started.
that's like how many each individual student she has seen.
That's total number.
Correct. Because some of them are follow-ups for
Mhm.
years, you know, several
Yeah,
years.
well, that's my question.
Mhm, and some of them are
I'm
brand
not-
new.
I don't need to have this,
Some kids have 5, some kids
Yeah.
have 50 follow-up.
Some kids have a follow-up once a year like that, and some are every other month. Just depending on their need.
okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you for taking on that role. That's just one more thing that you have to do. You are appreciated.
She's wonderful to work with, though, I will
Okay.
say. She's very nice. She communicates, she's great. I mean, we do a lot via text or phone call, and so she makes it easier at least. I've
We
learned a lot.
appreciate that.
For
Good.
sure. You know, if you weren't interested in that field, it's interesting.
Sure. Roll call vote.
Mr. Easton?
Yes.
Dr. Holland?
Yes.
Mrs. Corley?
Yes.
Ms. Payne?
Yes.
Mr. Warfield?
Yes.
Mrs. Holland?
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Thank you, Ms. Nixon. Okay, we're not done yet.
No, two more. These don't cost any money, though.
Oh, yay.
Yay.
Can we just go ahead and vote? Be done with it?
They're kind of similar, but the first one I think is with CrossPoint Human Services. Every year we just bring this, we have a partnership with them where they, if they're able, employ a school-based therapist out of their office, and then they go through some training and things to work specifically with students, and then they come to our schools and provide those services to our students. Over the years, you know, staffing, we started with a lot of them, and then we didn't have any, and then towards the end of the last school year, they were able to secure someone who plans to return this coming school year, so that's exciting, and they're also going to continue to look for 1 or 2 more school-based therapists. So I'm just recommending that we continue that partnership. I think we've really worked hard at it with them to like have a really good relationship, and it's going really well. So that would be my recommendation.
Thank you. Motion?
Motion to approve?
Thank you. Second?
Second.
So we provide them office space on site.
Yes.
Where will they be housed?
So since the last school year, we had about 5 schools, because they didn't have someone that they could offer us in the school initially, we were doing outside referrals after school hours. And so they wanted to continue seeing those students once they hired someone, and so they just went to those 5 different schools. Honestly, right now, I think our bigger need is probably the elementary. That's where we get more of the referrals right now, I think because Danville High School has a pretty good set with social workers, clinical professional, or guidance counselors. You know, we've been able to staff Northridge and Southview with 2 social workers too. So that's just where the need has been since this past school year.
Thank you. Any other thoughts? We have a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call vote?
Mrs. Corley?
Yes.
Mr. Easton?
Yes.
Mr. Warfield?
Yes.
Dr. Holland?
Yes.
Ms. Payne?
Yes.
Mrs. Holland?
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Thank you. And the last one.
Last one, woo. This is the partnership with Rosecrans. So they primarily see students at Danville High School in Northridge. And this is for substance abuse counseling. They will do groups and individual counseling. They also, at the moment, have 1 substance abuse counselor that's able to come into the schools. And so I just recommend that we continue that partnership with them as well. We've been doing it for a real long time as well.
We have. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I was around at the time when we started these programs under the Student Assistance Program, and they truly have been a blessing for us to have them in our buildings with our kids. It's a great community partnership.
And do they do individual sessions, or is that more group therapy?
Yes,
or-
they do individual, and then they will do some groups too.
Thank you. Roll call vote.
Ms. Payne?
Yes.
Dr. Holland?
Yes.
Mr. Warfield?
Yes.
Mr. Easton?
Yes.
Mrs. Corley?
Yes.
Mrs. Holland?
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Thank you. Thank you for, that takes a lot of work over the summertime to prepare all those
No
contracts.
problem. I'll see you next summer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 11, food service, Ms. Zeta.
Hello again, Board of Education, Mr. Hart, Ms. Parker. I'm Zeta Pijot, Director of Food Services. I am here to make a recommendation for the purchase of 2 vending machines. One of the vending machines we would use to provide meals at the high. Both machines are for the high school. One is to serve cold items, salads, sandwiches, parfaits, things from grab and go. We try to keep 4 lines open at the high school based on the number of students that's there and different thing with staffing. We haven't been able to. By putting this machine in, this will allow us to serve more students, but with the a la carte type items I just mentioned. That's the first machine. The second machine is a snack approved vending machine. So Smart Snacks that were approved by the state of Illinois. Both machines would work with the fob, the student's ID fob for, in the case of the snacks, they would use it to purchase snacks through our POS system, our purchasing system, and the other would just account for their meal the same way you would with the cashier at the register.
I'll entertain a motion for approval before we have discussion.
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, a lot of confusion about this.
Okay.
A lot of confusion.
All right.
First of all, some board members approached me. We don't know about the contractors that are providing the vending machines. It wasn't clear in the recommendation who they were, where they came from, how much that was gonna be, or any of that sort of thing. So
Okay.
I'm kinda not sure I'm ready to vote on this, because I'm not sure we have enough information about it. But for the public, let's be clear, your staff prepares the food
Absolutely.
and inserts that food in the vending machines then for the students. So all we're doing is eliminating the line with the cashier. It's easier for the student.
Actually, we're filling an empty space. We haven't been able to put staff on the 4th line. So this machine would take care of.
The 4th line.
Yes. So,
Okay.
and that's been the last 3 years that as soon as I've gone to the principal and said, I think we can open the 4th line, something would happen and we didn't have enough staff. So then we were trying to get 200 students through in 25 minutes on 3 serving lines. So this would help to eliminate some of that. The company is Venducation. They specialize in school vending machines for this exact purpose. But
What does it cost us to use their service?
it isn't. We purchased the
vending
machine. The one with the food is, and I'm sorry, I have this information, so I'll leave it. 15,895 for the machine that would hold the food. That would equal 3,400, I think it was 85 meals. If we serve 345 meals in a month, 86 meals in a day, from this machine, it'll be paid off in a year, 1 year.
When you say paid off, that means that the salary, the wage, the pay that you would have to hire somebody to do it, it offsets the price of the machine?
No, if the staff would still be there, we still have staff working and all other aspects. It would just be the actual serving of an already pre-prepared salad. So the food service staff is still making all of the food. It's just the actual person to distribute it, because we haven't been able to get enough bodies in to do that. This machine would accommodate that.
That's exactly my question, because that, instead of hiring another person to do that job, the machine does that job.
Yes, that part. I'm not replacing the person,
No, I
I'm
understand.
filling the need,
I
but
understand,
yes.
but that enables you to open a fourth line and enables you to be more efficient with getting the meals out in the time.
With getting the
allowed.
students through the line, yes.
And to understand, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Reimbursement, per meal by the state,
Yes.
is there, we will?
Yes, these will be reimbursable meals. That's exactly what it is. A reimbursable meal. The only thing that would be missing from that particular part is the milk, which would still be served right with it. So a station right next to it, you have the machine, they grab the milk plus the actual meal.
And that will cover the district's costs?
It would be covered, yes. We purchased the machine and within a year,
We would have paid?
yes.
Okay.
And we can continue. And if we were to answer your question, Dr. to come up with enough people to service, this could be an additional. It could go out to, it wouldn't have to stay on line 4. We can actually add it out where the other vending machines, again, just adding an extra service to move the students through the line with the amount of time that they have to eat.
How much time do you think they're, if you had to guess, or you might know, how much time do you have to feed the students at the high school right now?
About 25 minutes.
So this is about meeting a demand
That's exactly what
and
it is.
making
to
sure
get them
everybody's got a
through.
full belly.
And by the time some of the students get through the line based on them coming up to the serving stations, sometimes they have 3 to 5 minutes to eat. This would allow them to, you know, if they're a person, in some cases, salads, the students, that's all they want, and it's already put together. So they just go up and grab it and they're able to eat instead of spending 8 to 10 minutes in a serving line where they're also serving hot food. This would give them their own station to do a grab and go.
How about maintenance and service?
I'm sorry.
Maintenance and service for the machine?
The company would provide that if needed. Yes, it's a part of the service, the same way any other kitchen equipment is serviced annually. Every year, I have someone to come out and service every milk cooler, every stove, oven. This would be the same thing, to make sure that it's operable. So a part of the annual maintenance.
So just to make sure I understand, because this is newer to me,
Mhm.
Nothing in this vending machine is costing our students any additional money. We are getting reimbursed just because the
That-
students are using it, correct?
Exactly.
And so if 86 students use this on a daily basis, in a year, we've covered our $16,000 cost of the
That's
machine.
correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Thank
And the
you.
next year, we continue to get the reimbursement
But
without
no
the
additional
cost of
cost
the
for the
machine.
machine, yeah.
Correct.
And you still
Other
have
than
to,
maintenance.
I'm sorry, you still have to pay someone to fill the machine.
Which is our staff.
And
Our
you have to
staff,
pay someone to clean the machine.
exactly, our staff.
Okay.
Food service staff would still do all of that. They just wouldn't actually have to serve the item to the student. That's the only part the food service staff
So you,
would
you,
do.
you believe the USDA grant through the state would pay for it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's paid for through the reimbursement of the meals, and again, 86 a day, 4 lunch periods, 15 meals, easily. Right now, I started serving salads and things like this last year. We're now serving over 700 students, so it's very realistic to think that we can serve 86 meals out of this machine in a day.
Could you please give us the status of the USDA grant? That was a big deal. I get a lot of questions in the community about, do we still have our food service that any student, regardless of their income level, have a free breakfast and lunch? What is the status of that at this point?
That's CEP community eligibility provision. Yes, in fact, Mr. Hart reached out to me about 2 months ago and said, Zetta, where do we stand with this? Is it time to renew? I knew already that it wasn't because I stay on top of that. I know how important it is. But I did reach out to check just to make sure we have 3 more years before we have to complete another application for it. So yes, we are secured.
And it's important
with-
to note, because we're community eligible, that helps with our Title I funding as well. So not only is it food, but it's also, our grant money is tied to that.
Yes,
So all of our children can be fed every day
every day, which
under this
is,
grant program still. I
That's
just want
correct.
the community to be aware of that.
that's correct, which
Okay.
is why it's my mission. It breaks my heart that we have students not eating and the food is free. So then I ask, what can I do to help you eat? What is it? Is it what we're serving? Is it how we're serving it? Is it the line? Whatever it is, my goal is to answer that question so that we can get more students up there to eat.
Okay.
I think that grant is a blessing to all families. I
It is.
personally love it. I mean, it has helped our family a lot with that. Just bear with me. So I'm a student, I'm coming up, I have my ID. I swipe,
Yes, you would swipe just like you would,
you
you
open
know,
the thing, you take the food out.
that's
Can I
that.
swipe again?
It would go to the bottom, you grab it out.
So how many times can they swipe? Is it just once a day?
Just once,
Okay.
once, because it's a reimbursable meal. So that would be the only case where they would pay if they wanted a second meal, which is the same as the regular food program.
And I'm assuming you're restocking it between lunch periods
Exactly.
and breakfast and lunch?
Yes, yes, so it'll be completely different type of meal for breakfast, but yes, breakfast and lunch. And this particular machine, at this point, personally, I'm only comfortable with the cold version. I'm not ready to serve hot food out of a machine. But the salads and sandwiches, parfaits, absolutely.
I know we've come a long way because at one point in time, students that were on free lunch, they had a different card. And because they were embarrassed to let their friends know that they were on free lunch, they simply wouldn't eat. So we've come a long way. It's just, everybody has the same card.
Exactly.
It's just, they may have some different information on the card or.
Well, the information's the same out as far as it's their student ID. So that's what they're using. There's nothing different. That's part of the reason why the snack area was closed down a few years ago, because all of the food is the same. So there isn't a need to have a snack area for people to purchase. We have the vending machine for snacks, but as far as food, CEP allows for students to eat whatever we serve. And my goal, once again, is to find out what it is that they're interested in having and making sure it's in front of them every single time they want it.
And you mentioned, okay, thank you. You mentioned that the cost of the one machine was 16,000, but this is for two machines. What's the cost of the second?
The second one, thank you, I didn't get that far. It's $10,995. I didn't do the
And then is
breakdown for this, but it's the same thing.
same situation, still reimbursable, no additional
Yes.
cost to the students?
And I do have information, again, I will make sure that I get it to Ms. Robinson to share with you with another machine that quickly, the district recoups the money. It's something that many districts in the state of Illinois use as a way to put funds back into the food account, Fund 14. This is a way to help that.
Ms. Zeta,
I'm sorry, is that how we're paying for it out of
Uh-huh.
the food budget?
Yes.
it comes
yes.
out of your budget.
Yes.
Okay.
Which
Thank
is
you.
another reason that the summer program was so great, because
It did.
it gave us the
Thank
extra
you.
money to do things like that.
Thank you very much. Ms. Robinson?
Dr. Holland,
Yes.
Ms. Banks,
Yes.
Mr. Warfield,
Yes.
Mrs. Worley,
Yes.
Mr. Easton,
Yes.
Mrs. Holland.
Yes, motion carries 6-0. And we've already answered some questions for the beverage machine. Is there anything else we need to know about that?
No.
We know
that's-
the cost, we know
that's
the purpose, we know.
So there's a
That's
vending
different.
machine, the beverage recommendation is different. That's where we're going out to bid for, I'm making a recommendation that we go out to bid for a beverage company. In the past, I don't know how long, I'm only 5 years in, it's always been Pepsi. Coca-Cola has reached out several times, they're interested, and with Mr. Basie's help, I was going to put a bid together and see what
And so what are we dispensing out of that machine?
the state regulated drinks for students, which non-carbonated Gatorades and water, flavored waters, things like that. And the students, they're definitely utilizing it, and that's another opportunity for Fund 14 that we can do more with, and that's why I'm asking for Mr. Lacy's help on
Not soda.
soliciting that.
You need a motion and a second.
I'm
first.
sorry. I'll take a motion.
Second.
Thank you, now we can talk. But not soda dispensed out of that
Correct.
machine.
So a part of the bid will be machines for soda, but for the teachers' lounges, not for the student. At DHS, which is the only place where we will have a vending machine for the students, it's non-carbonated.
And the
And that-
Gatorade sugar-free.
Yes. Yes.
And if it, oh, sorry.
That's all right. Go
If
ahead.
it's Coca-Cola, it would be Body Armor. Oh my goodness, which is not as good, but that's fine. You know, whoever wins the bid.
And that machine will be on all the time over lunch and everything that students can access?
That's correct. They'll be
Okay.
able to access.
All
And
right.
again, this,
What?
I'm hoping that we'll be able to
you say it
use a
Oh,
fob system with that as well.
okay, moving right along. Any other questions? I don't want to cut people off, but time. Ms. Robinson?
Mr. Warfield?
Yes.
Ms. Payne?
Yes.
Mrs. Corey?
Yes.
Dr. Holland? Mr. Easton?
Yes.
Mrs. Holland?
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Sena.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for all your hard work.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Building and grounds. Do we really need paper these days? Oh, okay.
We do, actually.
Hello, Board of Education, Mr. Hart, Mrs. Parker, Tyler Weinbrenner, Building and Grounds Director. I'm here before you to recommend Liberty Paper as our copier paper supply bid this year. They were the lowest of 3 bids at 46,584 cases. They were about 10,000 less than the other 2.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. I can't get it up. They're not local, right?
They are not. They
I
are out of
always ask
California,
that.
but they do have a distribution center in Chicago, so
Kinda, sorta local.
kind of, that's Illinois.
But the price difference
But
makes it
$10,000.
hard
Oh,
to, yeah, yeah. But I always have to ask.
I know.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Oh, do we? Yes, we do. Okay. Any other questions?
Ms. Payne?
Yes.
Mrs. Corey?
Yes.
Mr. Easton?
Yes.
Mr. Warfield?
Yes.
Dr. Holland?
Yes.
Mrs. Holland?
Yes, motion carries 6-0. That was easy.
That was easy.
Okay. And then you have a Mark Denman update, which is informational.
Yes, so this is about the roof that blew off. It's cleaned up, it is watertight, but our insurance deductible is very high. So it is $340 for, it's 1% of the assessed value of the building. So with that and everything else, I've talked to the insurance manufacturer, I will have to put it out to bid. It will be more than 50, but I guarantee it'll be less than that. So architects drawing up paperwork. First board meeting in September, I plan on bringing you the winning bid. We'll approve it. The work should be done before Thanksgiving.
Sure takes a while.
Yeah.
This does not require a vote at this point. How are the neighbors?
I think they're good.
They're good.
Are cleaned up. They're going through the same process. Luckily, they probably don't have the same deductible we do. So
Probably not.
Thank goodness.
Probably not.
You've done this before.
yeah,
What do you think it's gonna cost us if you had to guess?
if I had to guess, around 200.
And our insurance will cover
No,
none of it.
no.
So it's just straight up.
Yeah, I'm hoping for less. It's should be fairly easy, but it's been a while. I roofed for 10 years and prices have only went up since I used to do it a long time ago.
And Mr. Pence will be going up for bid for insurance. However, the 1% is,
Standard.
Yeah,
it's standard
for any
within the last 2
wind or hail
years.
damage.
Ours just changed last year, of course.
So we can be done with storms now, right?
I hope so.
Okay. You take care of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't get disaster declaration either, did we?
No, we did not.
That, the governor could have helped us with that.
Yeah.
We should have called it, invited him.
Next meeting. Okay.
That's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for your hard work this summer. I know what a lot of work you've done at Mark Denman and your staff, getting the building ready, and it's.
board meeting, I'll.
Have pictures?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And you're gonna make this D, administrative and flat salaries, will be 13D,
Oh, okay.
that we moved, so we don't forget it.
Okay. Oh, he's got paperwork. We have business and finance with a finance update from Mr. Pence.
Let him sing.
You too, Mr. Hart, or are you leaving? Everybody's leaving. Do I get one? Thank you. I only get one if, okay. Thank you. Mr. Pence has been working very hard this summer, I'm aware. And we let you know right off the bat how very appreciative we are of the hours that you spend.
Thank you. Good evening, board, directors, press. I guess we don't have any visitors tonight, do we? First of all, the first part's just kind of an update on how we finished the year. I knew the overhead wasn't working, so I wanted to make sure we could all be on the same page here. So the first one I wanted to go over was days cash on hand. We finished with 46 days. The lowest category is if we were 30 days or less, so we did stay out of category 1, so we're category 2. Money's been a little slow coming in. We haven't received any tax money yet. We're expecting that any day. We did get some corporate personal property replacement today, so that was kind of nice. So other than that, that's kind of where we ended up, and you can kind of see that's kind of a natural where you pay down through the spring. The number of days goes down because we receive most of our money. The only money we're getting towards the end of the year is we get our state aid, and we receive all our tax money by then, the biggest chunk of it. So you build up the funds, and then you start spending them down as the year goes. So we're looking forward to tax money coming in so we can get the ball rolling for next year. Any questions about the days of cash on hand? That's something I try to give to you each month. The next one in your packet is a fund balance summary. This is, again, you can see where on the first line going across the top, that was what was budgeted. That was budgeted late summer, September, probably October when you approved it. The amended budget's what I did like 2 months ago or whatever when we went through the process. How we finished up is on the last lines here. So most of them we came in a little bit better. But one thing to remember, this is before the audit and they do adjustments. So there's always going to be probably $1 million or $2 million somewhere in adjustments, could be up or down. So until they finish the audit, which we've started preparing for this last year, we won't know exactly what the final numbers are, but these feel pretty comfortable with them until the adjustments are made. And again, there's no way to know until they do their audit. But so overall, with the amended budget, I was showing you a $3.6 million all funds deficit, and we came in at 1.6, so we did come in quite a bit better there. 800,000 was in the ed fund. The only one that really came in worse, and I really hate to see that happen when I budget. I'd rather it come in the other way, come in better than what we thought. In transportation, I had a negative 436. We ended up a negative 1.6. Again, big bills towards the end, trying to wrap them all up before the end of the fiscal year, so we wouldn't have the big adjustments after the audit. So again, just trying to get everything in the right fiscal year.
Are we expecting more transportation funds?
No.
Okay. That's not the right English.
We wish one more payment.
Okay.
I wish we were, yeah, I think we've received, I know we received our 4 payments, so basically everything should be in for the year.
Okay.
Did we receive all the
That-
invoices?
Say that again?
I'm sorry, did we receive all the invoices from First Student Finance?
Yes, they've caught up everything, which is nice. And I don't expect that to happen next year where
I was
it
gonna
was
ask.
months before they got things rolling. They seem to be coming in like clockwork now, which helps us too.
It helps us with our budget, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, it makes things look real good for the first 6 months when we
I know.
don't pay them.
But that said, when we started this year, our numbers, what the public heard is that we were $8 million in debt. And then, the amended budget was 3.6, right?
Yep.
But then before the audit adjustments, it's 1.6.
Well,
This-
the original budget that went in only showed a deficit of 464,000, which isn't
Wasn't accurate.
real overly accurate.
Yeah.
The amended was a lot less than what we were looking at early, so we had a good spring, really until like the last month and a half where we're buying a bunch of stuff for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that's grants related too, where the schools have saved their money and now they're gonna spend it at the end so they don't lose it, but they're buying supplies for next year, so it's not like we're just wasting it at that point. But that's why the last few months are heavy. Plus, there's an extra payroll in there. There were 3 payrolls 1 month, so there's another $500,000 at least. So anyway, finished pretty good. From where we thought we were going to be, and I'll get into the operating funds next, and that's really how the state compares us. In the operating funds, it's at O&M, transportation, working cash. Those are the ones that we need to keep an eye on. If you go to the next page I have, which is this one, you haven't seen this one yet. What I want to make sure you know here is that our deficit hasn't happened overnight, okay? So if you go back here, you can look at as an example, look at transportation. It's finished in the red every year. Okay? Since 2021. So we've been running in the deficit. If it's in red, O&M's kind of the same way. The only reason O&M's out because we've been putting extra state aid in there. Plus we've moved some things into the ed fund that normally would be paid out of O&M, but they can be paid out of education if you want. So to try to balance and build the ed fund back up, or the building fund back up, we've, again, put extra money in there, trying to get it out of the hole, is really kind of what it comes down to. The ed fund,
Can I ask you about that, actually?
shoot,
Thank you. 23, 24.
yep,
What?
Those are
12.
I mean, that is huge
yes,
difference.
$12 million deficit just in the ed fund that year,
In 23, 24.
yeah.
I can speak to what happened there.
It was 14 million, yes, it was 14 million, overall, deficit that year.
Mr. Pence, is it true that school districts across the state struggled when the COVID money started to run out in some areas?
Yes, in a lot of places with the COVID money, they did construction projects and that type of thing where they wrapped up that last year. Most of the big expenses in COVID tended to be around construction projects where they try to improve facilities. So that was probably a big chunk of it at that point.
And that's in the education fund?
What's that?
That's in the education fund?
Well,
That's
Good
another question on my part.
good question.
a lot of those, I think, are the projects that we had, the science rooms, the kitchens at the high school, and the bleachers, the field.
Yeah.
And that was about $12 million.
Okay.
Normally, it probably wouldn't be in the education fund, it'd be like the capital projects and
Yeah.
that type of thing, so I'm not sure why the ed fund would have been
I realize it was
so
before
low
you,
that year.
before
Again,
your,
before me,
yeah.
but I mean, those are solid numbers. They're legit. So the deficit in the ed fund was 12 million net in 23-24. It was almost 6 million a year ago. This last year, we ran 3.2. Transportation, 1.6 in the hole. So our total deficit in our operating funds for this current year that's just finishing up was 1.3 million. A year ago, it was 7.1. The year before that was 14.3. So it's actually, believe it or not, it's getting better. But it's going to have to, because we're going to run out of money at some point if we don't do something. The deficit reduction plan that we're required to do goes back to the 24-25 audit, the one that they just finished. Okay, we ran a deficit of 7.1 million. Our fund balance is only 12,000 for those funds. You have to do a deficit reduction plan if your deficit, you have to have 3 times in your fund balance. So in other words, we'd had to have $21 million in there not to have to do a deficit reduction plan. And we only have 12 in there. You would have had to do one, and you probably, those of you that have been on the board long enough, you probably would have had to do one after the 23-24 budget as well, where we ran a $14 million deficit, and we only had 19 million in the funds.
We
So
did it.
You would have had to do one
We
then.
did.
John thought that we did.
We did a plan, I'm positive.
So the good news is for 25-26, we won't have to do one, unless the adjustments come in and skew that number way up. And again, we won't know that till the end. The good thing about the deficit reduction plan, it kind of forces me to kind of look ahead too, to see what are we going to do to try to bottom this thing out and start building things back up. And that was one of the things you asked me before. Well, can we fix this? Well, we can, but it's going to take a little bit of work. Okay, and some things that aren't going to be necessarily comfortable. Probably for the board, come time to do the levy. If we want to do bonds, there's things that aren't necessarily easy decisions for anybody. So those are some things that are going to have to happen. There's things that we're going to have to do internally where we try to level off our expenses. But again, nothing's getting cheaper. You know, just like with the roof, you know, 5 years ago, that might have cost 150. Now it's going to cost 200. Maybe it was less than that. You know, who knows? But again, the cost of everything is just going through the roof. So anyway.
No pun intended.
Yes. Went right through it. So the deficit reduction plan. So the first thing was just informational, and I will give you additional numbers. I want to show you how our expenses and our revenues have tracked over the last, say, 5 or 6 years. I'll show you that next month. In the monthly report in your board packet, you will see that our expenses are going, we're spending less, but we're also bringing in a little bit less too. So it's, again and again, that's that ESSER money that's run out. We're kind of back to normal again. So anyway, the deficit reduction plan, the reason we have to do one, and again, it's off the 24-25 audit. We don't have 3 times in the fund balance what our deficit was. So our deficit was 7 million. We only got 12 million in our account. So we have to do a deficit reduction plan. If you go through here, and I did the numbers for you on the front, so you could kind of see, we ran $7 million deficit, 12 in the hole. We'd have to have 21,000 or 21 million in our account not to have to do a deficit reduction plan. So on the back page, so what now? Okay. 24-25 deficit was 7.1. 25-26, we're at 1.3, which is a nice improvement. 26-27, I'm projecting 3.6, which will cover 2.3 of that by transferring money out of working cash into the ed fund, into transportation, and the other part will go into tort. that all goes back to the levy where we only levied 250,000. We're gonna add legal fees. So we pay a lot of other things out of that tort fund, besides just legal fees. So, we're basically, to try to balance things out next year, we're gonna have to move money out of working cash into those three funds to offset the deficit at that point. That gets us through next year. After that, that money's gone. So we've got two choices. One's gonna be to increase the levy. So our tax revenue is set for this coming year. That's water under the bridge. We've got to deal with that. We can deal with what we gave up with working cash. The following year, we get our levy back to the level it was, and bring in that $3 million back, so we don't have to get into the working cash. But I would also replenish, I would issue working cash bonds again and have it sitting there just in case we need it. There's a couple big things that we are looking at. Transportation increase, our expenses increased 21% with the new contract. I don't know if we were up, I think, 2 routes. I mean, the routes were basically similar, but we spent another 1.6, I think, more this year than what we spent the year before in transportation. It's also scheduled to go up another 7% by contract, and then 4 and 4. So looks to me like it was front loaded. So we're there. We still got another 7% we're gonna have to deal with. And we're gonna do everything we can to try to reduce routes and be more efficient, whatever we can do that way. But we spend, and it's not a new issue. When you go back and look at that, we've run a deficit in the transportation fund every year for the last 5. So this isn't something new. With the state only reimbursing at 70%, it's a
And
it's an
the
issue.
year prior, it was like 91 or 92%, so
Yeah.
that's a big hit.
You know, that would probably cut it in half.
Yeah.
Probably. So hopefully, they haven't released the funding level for this coming year yet, but, so we know transportation's gonna be an issue. We're also gonna have an issue with health insurance. Looking at what we've been spending out of the DEA money, they're gonna run out in December. So it's even gonna be earlier than we were thinking, early spring. It's been running a little hotter, so it's December, and that's right when our renewal.
Special ed, private facilities cost as well, so it was reimbursed, I think it was 86-ish%, and it's 50% now. So that's another big hit for
Yeah,
kids that we're sending out for services to other facilities.
Our purchase services is the one that is going up, but again, a lot of it is private facilities, kids that we're sending out of the district, because can't handle them, or that's what they need at this point. Like Cunningham, I mean, there's,
Yes.
we're spending a load there. Utility expenses, we spent over $1 million in electrical last year. Probably the first time we've ever broken $1 million. Tyler and I are working on some ways to help get reimbursed some of that back. So that's something that probably next month we'll bring to you too. A rebate from the solar farms that are around here that we qualify for, even though we don't have solar at this point. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Can't ask questions yet until you make a motion in a second.
Oh, I thought this was just information.
No, he's on the deficit reduction plan now. Your motion to accept?
Have you
Have you finished?
completed the recommendation for the deficit reduction plan?
Sorry, I guess I didn't.
No, why don't I go through the main points? I tried to kind of summarize some of the bigger things that I think we at least need to be aware of, or at least need to let you know. What I based the deficit reduction plan on was EAV increasing by 5%. Last year was 8. Hopefully it continues to go up 8% or whatever. So we'll see what happens with our EAV. State and federal funding, I had it going up 3%. So not, again, I wanted to try and do it as reasonable fairly conservative, but not wishful thinking either, because I'd rather have this be a usable document as opposed to just put numbers on a paper and send it to the state. Try to hold our expenses at a 3% increase. Some of the stuff we don't have control over. We don't have control if part of a roof blows off and we gotta spend $200,000 on it. We know we're gonna have maintenance things that are gonna come up. We know we gotta heat and cool the buildings. There's just things we know we're gonna have to deal with. Curriculum things, food prices, nothing's getting cheaper. Okay, but if we can keep them at a 3% increase, that would probably be pretty good.
And Mr. Pence, so our revenue really didn't decrease. It's the spending increase and the reimbursement. That's what I think is overlooked.
Yes.
It's a huge amount of money
Yeah.
in transportation, going
Yeah.
from 90% to 70%, and special ed, private facilities, that's a lot of
Yes.
money. And it's not anything that we prepared for or can prepare for, so.
We've
that
cut
needs
our
to be said.
expenses, it's just that our revenue, it's
It's
about
flat.
like this, so it's not getting us ahead by any means at this point. I'd like to increase the levy, the 26 levy, this coming one, and get it back to the 24 level, or 25, whichever you're more comfortable with. We're gonna need all the working cash funds to reduce the deficit for this coming year. I would say we're gonna need to issue new working cash bonds to deal with the looming insurance situation that's coming. I can tell you right now, just from my point of view, and I ran numbers and shared them with some of the leadership team, it's gonna be too big. We can follow the contracts, but what that would do to our employees, I'll share the numbers with you next month. It's not something we can dump all on them. We're gonna have to do something on our side to help soften it somehow. Otherwise, we're looking at people increasing what they pay. I don't even wanna say it at this point. It's just not, it's not feasible. It's not practical. And again, we're gonna have to do something on our side to come up with a longer range plan on how to deal with health insurance and keep a decent plan, but it's also gotta be affordable for our employees, and not break the bank doing it. And we'll work with them, we'll figure it out. We're gonna have to monitor transportation. Our expenses went up 21% the first year. And again, I already told you some of this, but then it goes up another 7% this year, even if we keep the same number of routes and all that. Diesel prices, who knows what's gonna happen with them down the road here. So again, just trying to control the costs there isn't gonna be easy. We aren't gonna be able to build up the O&M fund. Basically, we can tackle normal maintenance things by keeping things where kind of their budget at the level. We put money into the ed fund into the O&M fund this year, but the only reason is because we put extra money into it. That's basically state aid money is what we put into it, or a chunk of it. So to be able to, there's no way we're gonna build up enough money to be able to tackle any major building projects. Even if we would have wanted to keep Carl, just to get the building, it was like 5 million or whatever. But to get it to where we needed it was gonna be about another 20 million. So there's no way, we don't have 20 million in all our funds combined, I don't think. So if we're gonna be able to fund that, I think we should start looking at the 1% sales tax. Even if it doesn't pass, I don't think it hurts to go out, ask. May take 2 or 3 times to get it passed, but I don't see any way without borrowing, bonding out, and here's one way to look at that may help you think about this a little different. If we bond out to make improvements to a building, say we gotta spend $10 million on a building to bring it up to date or whatever, put a new roof on it, whatever it is. If we issue building bonds to do that, only our taxpayers are paying for that. It's all, whoever owns property here is gonna pay the bill. If we do the 1% sales tax, it's anybody that shops in the whole county. So, you know, if people are coming across to buy medical supplies in town, well, there's a lot of things that aren't, there's a lot of things that aren't part of that, like groceries aren't on there, farm equipment, there's a lot of things that don't get taxed, the extra 1%. But, you know, again, personally, I would rather have everyone that's shopping here help us pay for our buildings than just putting it on our own taxpayers. And again, it may be an uphill battle, I get that, but I think the county schools will be in favor of it. You know, even like what Oakwood's doing now, they're gonna try and do their sports facilities. They can abate that instead of levying the taxes to fund their new facility, they could abate them. So there's just being in a district where we had 1% sales tax, it's the best thing since sliced bread. And the other good news, you can pay for our school resource officers, you can pay for mental health issues. So like our psychiatrists and some of that stuff, I would think would fall into that. There are some good things that could come from that 1% sales tax, as well as able us to come up with like long-range plans to address our building needs. So those are things, and again, the deficit reduction plan isn't necessarily, the 1% isn't dependent on that, but I think looking at a long-range plan to deal with the buildings, we're gonna have to do something. And again, the only way to do it, bonds or 1% sales tax.
And I don't disagree with Mr. Pence, the 1% sales tax, but right now, it is important to know that the tax rate in Danville is one of the highest in the state. So when you're looking at adding another 1 cent, you know, it does come with a cost to the community, so
But
keep that
that's
in mind
not,
as we go forward.
it's not because of the school district.
Agreed.
Just like the TIF districts aren't the fault of the school district. And that money's all going towards the city.
I make a motion, we accept this report.
Thank you. Thank you. Questions? Hearing none.
No questions?
No, seriously, are there any questions, concerns? You gave a very thorough report, and as always,
Well,
it's much appreciated. Ms. Robinson?
Did you get an answer?
Did
I'm
you-
good.
Are you good? Okay.
Mr. Easton?
Yes.
Dr. Holland?
Yes.
Mrs. Corley?
Yes.
Ms. Payne? Yes. Mr. Warfield?
Yes.
Ms. Allen?
Yes, motion carries 6-0. Departmental credit cards.
well, thank you. That'll take care of the 24-25 fiscal year. The credit cards, I think there was something in your board packet, and I think was it a memo from Mr. Hart trying to, we closed out the business credit card back in, maybe it was before me, like November, December, where there was a motion to close that out and increase the amounts for Ms. Parker and Mr. Hart. The business department, basically, the business department's credit card would be for larger purchases. And before, it was like there's like $25,000 limit. What we're asking for to work with the bank, 17.5 is enough. But like if we're sending groups of people to trainings or something where you have to charge rooms or reserve rooms or pay for the conference, this is a way to do it without, and then pay the bill later. But most of them are gonna require a credit card without sending a check or however they've been paying for them. So basically, we're just looking to reestablish the credit card for the business office. And again, it's for bigger purchases.
Okay, thank you. I'll entertain a motion. Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Questions about the departmental credit card? Hearing none? Ms. Robinson?
Mrs. Corley?
Yes.
Mr. Easton?
Yes.
Mr. Warfield?
Yes.
Dr. Holland? Ms. Payne? Yes. Mrs. Holland?
Yes. Motion carries 6-0. Thank you for your work.
You're welcome.
Very much
And
appreciated.
again, I hate to be the bearer of bad news all the time.
And you are.
But at least there's a way out of this. And if it goes much farther down, I don't know that there will be a good way out of it.
But you're on top of it, and we appreciate that.
I'm trying.
Thank you. There is an item D under business and finance. I don't,
It's not really you. Mr. Easton, I think, made a motion to pull salaries.
from the consent agenda, the administrator and flat salaries that was pulled from the consent agenda. We've put it here. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the recommended administrator and flat salaries. Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Questions, concerns?
Concern from me, as an elected member of the Board of Education, all of you already know, I have a fiduciary responsibility, and so do you, to the taxpayers, our students, and our employees to make fiscally responsible decisions. Mr. Pence has already showed us tonight, our district currently has 46 days of cash on hand, a level that should give us significant pause in approving additional salary increases. As someone who has direct experience with union raises and negotiations, I can tell you it is pretty normal for union members to receive raises and the people who administrate their work to not receive raises on every single raise that the union might get. It's not a statement that I'm making here about the value and dedication of our administrators. Of course, they serve our district very well. You serve very well, and I appreciate your work. I know this board does too. However, I think it's important, the reason I asked for it to be removed, because I don't consider it to be a non-controversial item, which is what the consent agenda is for. I believe it to be controversial because we're stewards of public funds. We have to balance compensation decisions based on the district's current financial condition, which I believe is very poor. Currently, I don't believe approving these salary increases is fiscally responsible until our financial position improves and we have greater cash reserves, which you've seen tonight we've wiped out, I believe, is a good descriptor. I believe the responsible course of action is to defer these increases tonight. Whether they're considered later is up to Mr. Hart and obviously you, Mrs. Holleran, the president. The community chose us, though, to examine our resources and to execute sound financial judgment, especially during times of fiscal constraint. And I think this board needs to think about when they've exercised fiscal constraint in the last few years. And we say no to some things so we can say yes to other things. But I believe that our responsibility to the community requires us to proceed with caution. 46 days means our district has enough, liquidity for routine operations. But we don't know how much this roof is going to cost. So a major repair or a state not giving us money quickly could seriously impair our ability to educate students. So I will be voting no to this recommendation at this time.
Anyone else?
Yes, I have a comment.
Yes.
And the comment is that I don't know the impact of this. I mean, it was presented in the way it was presented. And to have Mr. Easton's comments doesn't tell us what the impact might be across the board. And so I would think that deferring is an answer. And I think the parliamentary way to do that is to move to table this motion and pending further study. So I will move to table the motion.
Do we need
Second.
a second? We have a second.
As part of that package or as part of the salaries, I want you to take into consideration that there are flat salaries in there as well. So they're not all administrative salaries. So please make sure that you're aware of those. Those are our techs, our nurses, some of our
Can I speak to
office
that?
staff.
No, point of
as well.
order. A motion to table supersedes other motions. There's no further discussion. It calls for a vote. So if we vote to table, then there's no more discussion tonight. If we do not, if it's voted down, then we can talk about it some more.
To clarify what we're voting down, is that for B1 or for A or both? Are we voting down the admin salaries and the flat salaries or tabling it? I guess I'm confused.
That is under the same category, so yes.
And you're not voting it down. You're
I
voting.
thought, yeah, I misspoke, sorry.
You're
Yeah.
saying that
Tabling.
we're gonna think about it before we decide.
Which means the next time that we can talk about it is the next board meeting, which would be August,
First week of August.
first week of August. So if more research is done, needed, well, I recommend we do it before then. So we have a table to motion, a motion to table. Do we need a second?
We got it.
We got it? Oh, yeah, Chris, you did. Okay. Roll call vote.
Mr. Easton,
Yes.
Ms. Payne,
Yes.
Dr. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Warfield,
Yes.
Mrs. Corley,
Yes.
Mrs. Howard.
No. The motion carries 5-1. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Now we have item 14, the Board of Education Policy 2.1, Board Attorney discussion item. Go, Mr. Hart.
It is. So the board actually reached out to me, and a lot of this is being able to speak to our attorney. Right now, it is the superintendent and the board president who can reach out, and I know you have this on your computer as well, to the board attorney and nobody else. So I wanted to make sure everybody had this policy since we wanted to look at it, and then if you can give me some ideas on the revision you would like to consider, I will make those revisions and I can bring it back to you in August.
For a vote.
That is correct. So this is a discussion item only. I'm not really sure. I've looked at this and I have talked to Mrs. Halloran and Mrs. Corley both, and the wording would not be easy. You don't want to just open it up to anybody can call the attorney, or you could say in consultation with the board president. However, then the board president could actually say no, and you might as well just keep the policy as is. So if anybody has any ideas they would like to share, I will work on rewording this for August.
Fair enough. Is that okay with everyone? Okay.
That's okay, if I may speak. That's okay with me, but I'd like to mention historically, and it's my understanding, not having been on the board, that the policy before was meant specifically to exclude conversations with certain board members with the attorneys. And it was done intentionally that way so there could be one voice, not necessarily the majority voice, but a voice interacting with the attorneys. I think that is wrong. I think that all board members should have access to the attorneys in some fashion. And that could be filtered through the president, it could be filtered through the actual vote of the board, whatever. But I think there needs to be an opportunity, if it's 6-1 and you guys all think it's the way you think it should be, and I don't, I'd like at least to be able to get some sort of a legal opinion on that by talking to the board attorney about it. It seems unreasonable that a board member could not avail themselves of that conversation. Now, I can see why every darn thing that I think of, I don't want to be on the phone with the attorney talking about it. And I can see why we should have a policy to do that, because that costs money, first of all. And secondly, that I shouldn't have the only voice with it. But by the same token, it should not be to exclude my opportunity to have a legal opinion on something that faces the board.
Okay. Okay.
I completely agree with Dr. Holleran. I do know that the board policy was changed by the last board, which I considered at the time as a member of the public to be quite unusual. I remember when it happened. I can tell you this week, I reached out to Mr. Hart about some things regarding legal, and Mr. Hart made the offer that I could talk to the attorney without any problem, because Mr. Hart is a good person and a very good superintendent. And I did not call the attorney or ask because, as Dr. Holleran just said, that costs money, and I knew it did. And I knew I could use Mr. Hart to get the answer. And of course, he does that because he's good at his job. But in cases when that may or may not be something that is happening, where you have good working relationships, Dr. Holleran, I agree, there needs to be some way for a board member to reach out directly to the board attorney.
I too agree. This policy created issues for us in the past, ones that we did not foresee, but it did. And I too agree that it needs to be changed on how we word that. You're right, it is a challenge. In the spirit of things, I don't think any board member is just going to call the attorney. We normally would go through the superintendent or the president. However, I don't want that to be our only option. So,
Having lived through the other side of it.
yes.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody else? Okay, good luck.
I will have some,
Okay.
create something and
Okay.
present it that way.
Thank you. The last item agenda is the superintendent evaluation, and I will be quick. But it was a very, very good process. We had not had good process prior to this, but echoing Mr. Easton's statements about our superintendent, he is one who wants to be doing a good job. He wants the input from the board, and so this was a very good process. Mr. Hart established 4 goals along with the board to which this evaluation speaks to. He was measured on a 4-point scale, 4 being the highest. And I'll go through real quickly, but it is on the webpage for more information. There is a lot more information than what I'm going to say. So if you're really curious about all of it, please look on the webpage. Goal 1, student learning, growth, and support. The superintendent shall provide professional leadership that supports District 118's educational philosophy and goals. The board rated Mr. Hart a 3.57 on that goal. And while we appreciate the superintendent's commitment to communication through regular study sessions and monthly updates, which we've heard, and certainly through the director's notice, how much more information is being given to us, and that's appreciated. It helps us stay informed and provides valuable context for district initiatives. That was goal 1. And as I said, there's lots more online. Goal 2, personnel leadership and professional culture. The superintendent shall lead human resource efforts consistent with 118 policy by recruiting, developing, and sustaining a high-quality workforce. As you've heard over the number of board meetings, what a challenge that is. Through no fault of the superintendent, it's a challenge. And the board rated him 3.29 on that, and we appreciate the visible presence that he has in the schools and at district events, which demonstrates a strong commitment to students, staff, and the community. He's invested significant effort in rebuilding trust and strengthening relationships. That was under positive comments. Under the improvement area, there is concern that leadership transitions and changes in direction within buildings can take longer than necessary when situations require more prompt action. There are concerns that interactions with our staff, because he is so present in the buildings all the time, may occasionally become overly casual, and he is working on that. Again, that was 3.29. Goal 3, speaking to what Mr. Pence just told us, the fiscal stewardship and operations. The superintendent shall ensure District 118's financial stability, transparency, and operational effectiveness by managing resources responsibly and aligning the annual budget. We are delighted that Mr. Hart worked so well with Mr. Pence. They are a good team, and they had enormous challenges, fiscal challenges. And as you heard tonight, really trying to overcome that. So the board rated Mr. Hart 3.29 on that. The board believes hiring Mr. Pence as finance director was an excellent decision. His expertise has helped identify financial discrepancies, provide clarity regarding the district's financial position, and improve the board's understanding of key financial matters. Board also recognizes Mr. Hart's dedication and persistence in addressing the district's financial challenges and implementing solutions. He provided us earlier in the summer things that he had done to address that fiscal responsibility. Reassigning positions, combining positions, eliminating positions, all of which has made this process easier. In the improvement area, we'd like to have greater involvement in significant fiscal decisions and major organizational changes before final decisions are made. We're working on that as well. Additionally, the board continues to have concerns regarding the size of the administrative structure and would like ongoing evaluation of administrative staffing to ensure resources are aligned with district priorities and fiscal responsibilities. And lastly, the last goal, communication, governance, and community engagement. He was ranked the highest in this area, 3.71. He is exemplary in his communication and governance leadership, building strong trust with the board and the community. He does serve on 7 boards in the community. That alone would just take a lot of time. In fact, speaking of time, one of the concerns we have, I don't see it written here, is that perhaps Mr. Hart is putting in too much time. Is that fair to say? We want to protect his mental well-being, and we want him to be thinking about the amount of time that and it is required that this year because there have been so many challenges. And they're not over yet, but we're watching carefully to be sure that Mr. Hart takes care of himself. That's our job, to be sure that he does that. The board appreciates his commitment to keeping an informed and engaged, strong presence throughout the district and community, obviously. Improvement areas, ongoing participation in superintendent-specific leadership development. That's something the board has asked of him to have ongoing. We ask it of our staff and our other leaders, and we're asking it of him and some of the administrative team as well. Professional training to further strengthen his effectiveness. The board would like to explore engaging a public relations and communications firm to assist managing sensitive or high-profile issues that may arise within the district that now fall on his desk. And he could use some support. And that, again, is dollars, Mr. Easton. We recognize that. But we also recognize the need to take some of the load off. And that will be something that we're working on. So it was a very good process. I think the board can chime in here. It was a good process. It was a healthy process. And we feel very good about where we are. And Mr. Hart is already developing his 4 goals for the upcoming year. We're about ready to start the process over again, and we are committed to the community that we would do superintendent evaluations. And we're committed to that.
Can I ask you a question? Mrs. Halloran, when was the last time this board did a superintendent evaluation on its superintendent?
I really wish you wouldn't ask that, but thank you. We tried, we hired services, professional services to help us with board and superintendent evaluation. We tried many times, we attempted to do a board superintendent evaluation, and we were blocked almost every single time that we ever did it.
So how many years ago do you think?
More than 10.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Any other thoughts? Did we get it right?
I absolutely agree.
Oh, yes, I did say that. It is posted online, the entire evaluation for any of you to take a look at it. This was a whole lot longer board meeting than we anticipated. And I'm sorry about that. So, board, I'm sure your comments are gonna be really brief. Right, Mrs. Payne?
Am I starting?
You are.
Okay.
You skipped
I attended the Danville Fine Arts Academy at Mead Park. It was for a week. And then I went to the last program on Friday where the students showed the parents what they had been doing for a week. They had this interesting little musical thing, and I was watching the kids make it and how they use it in their presentation. But it was a very, very good program. I was impressed by the Young Women's Empowerment Group. It seemed like they're doing quite a lot for the district and for the high school. And we have a few weeks before you know it, it'll be time for school to start. So if you haven't got your vacation in, try to get it in before we hit the bricks.
Thank you. Mr. Warfield?
I'll try to speak fast. I just want to say that it was great to see the Young Women Empowerment Group here today. Just kind of hearing all that they're doing behind the scenes. It absolutely is motivating, and I'm glad that they came to share that with what they've been doing and what they want to continue doing. More power to you. Keep up the good work. Ms. Zeta, I want to say thank you very much for what you did with that food service program. I was the one who came in line to get in the food service program for my children as well, and asked her about her summer break starting after this was all done. And she told me very plainly, no, I just gave up my summer break for this, and I respect the fact that you did that. I respect that you're honoring your team as well, because you've got a good group that are working with you also. So I definitely think food insecurity is huge in our area specifically, and I'm thankful that you're there addressing that need. So I appreciate you for that. Also went to Northeast today to go meet my daughter's teacher and some of the other staff that was there as well. Just want to say it was beautiful to see the teachers and everyone in the building with high energy. I don't know about you guys, but I don't get a summer break, and I still felt like this was a very short summer break for the teaching staff as well to be going back to school already for Northeast. So I commented on it to a few of the teachers there as well, just kind of get their feel on what they thought. Everyone that I talked to was happy to be there, ready to be back. They know they've got a fall break that'll be coming up as well, but they were so excited to see the students. And I think that tells you that they took the time, rejuvenated like they needed to, and they're coming back positive for our children, and that's what our kids need to see. So everyone else who still has a little bit of summer left, enjoy that summer break. I hope you guys come back just as energized. Our students are going to feed off of that. So thank you for what you do.
Thank you. Mr. Easton?
Yeah, Ms. Zeta, thank you. 52,458 meals and counting. That's really great. Last year, 2,300. So yeah, really big improvement. We do have a food insecurity problem in our town, and now a grocery store that's closed. So we don't even really know what the effects that might be having on our community. So thank you for doing that. That's a blessing to hear that that's happening. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Everybody's focused on food, and I will be too, because I was so impressed with the numbers and so impressed with how you've carried that out through the summertime. My daughter, who's a wise woman, works in education, and she says that you cannot teach anybody anything unless they feel safe. And I believe that's true. But what I would say is you can't teach people much of anything if they're hungry. And I think that's the same, and I just echo and applaud you because that was just a wonderful presentation, and how many people went home not hungry through the summertime.
Ms. Corley? We're going to let him go last.
Okay.
He's going to go last.
Ms. Zeta, you have above and beyond. Thank you for taking care of our kids and our community. I know they've said it, but we really do appreciate it. Not just anyone would do that. Welcome back, Northeast. I was excited to go through the building, a little bittersweet. It was really good to see the staff and the students and the families coming in. I'd also like to honor the memory of one of our police who passed away, Mia Hamilton.
Thank you.
She was one of my room parents and basket bingo moms, and I worked with her a lot at Northeast. And It was a hard thing, so our thoughts and prayers go out to her and her family.
Thank you. I would also like to welcome back the students and parents and staff at Northeast. It was indeed a short summer, but the excitement is contagious. And so welcome back, and the rest of you enjoy the rest of your summer. This was a long board meeting, but it was such a very good board meeting. And every day I reflect on what a great board we have, and I have been able to talk about it a lot. And I appreciate all of you. I don't even get to tell you that very often, but absolutely appreciate all the work that you put in. And I skipped superintendent comments, so I'm just gonna let him have the last word.
And it's going to be a quick word. So I want to say welcome back to Northeast. Thank you to Miss Dye, fabulous presentation. Miss Pajot, thank you. I know it's been a lot of work, and that, you're right, that first week was a tough one, but seemed to have those bugs worked out. So I appreciate that. I have committed to transparency when I took this job, and today will be no different. First of all, this is really to the board. Financially, we will be in no better shape in August than we are today. However, I wish this would have been a conversation before tonight. I don't think we'll be bringing back administrators or flat salaried employees wearing the smiles on their face that they should have this time of year. Not sure that was necessarily the best decision to kick the can down the road. It is because of that group is why you're at $1.6 million deficit and not an $8 million deficit. And that's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your summer, and we'll see you again in August.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.